So as you see, man, Young Jeezy next album coming out. Well, it's not Young no more. It's Jeezy, Church in these streets. I don't know how I feel about the title, and the whole pastor vibe. I mean, I get he played with it before, you know what I mean, but this is like really going full fledged into it. I haven't heard none of the singles that's been out. I'm not really trying to hear him. I want to wait. You know what I mean? I think he got what 3 or 4 songs out now, and that would just ruin the album for me. I want to hear it in its entirety, dropping this November. You dig? But I mean, other than that, shit. If it all comes together well, that's cool. But it kind of gave me that vibe of the recession. We all know how Jeezy was going in during that era, but I just want to see how this gonna play out. You know what I mean? Because at first, the whole Pastor Young thing I'm like, damn, Jeezy just came off of TM103, didn't seen it all, which some say, you know, um, it was dope, and some would say it was alright. To me, his best work always gonna be the recession. It's TM101, the recession, you dig, and then I give him seen it all, but I just want to see how this gonna play out. Jeezy been kind of cold in these streets for like a little minute. I mean, he released that little mixtape uh, earlier in the summertime or something like that, but it wasn't nothing too major, too dope. You feel me? I still was waiting on him and T.I. to drop that collab album. I don't know what's up with that. But I mean, be honest, y'all. Like, what do y'all really feel about Jeezy at this point in his career? He been in the game 10 years, so basically he a veteran. The state of music the way it is, would you think this gonna sell? You think it's gonna be a brick? Do you think Jeezy really relevant as far as that trap, you know, I guess it's trap intelligent rap in a sense, if you want to say, speaking on things that's been happening, with all the cop violence and Ferguson and all these shootings. Is that really another album of material over those social issues that we really want to hear right about now? I mean, personally, I think Kendrick Lamar set the tone for that. It's been done already. But I mean, I hate no Jeezy. I am a huge fan of Jeezy. It just, I don't know, man. Just, I still feel like we was slighted with TM103. Fuck it, but at this point, man, where's the creativity at? You know what I mean? From his career starting with the mixtapes to his debut album up till now, I mean, you feel Jeezy's still relevant? Um, I mean, I don't know. Is people really checking for that type of trap street music still? I mean, you got artists out here that's doing it, but at the same time, I think it's kind of a new school of rappers, a new generation of rappers, as far as that street trap element that's really out right now. If you search for it, I'm quite sure you'll find it. But I mean, I think certain artists, when they get to a certain peak in their career, to me, it's like a glass ceiling. Like, what more can you do? Is the material he gonna produce anything new that we haven't heard? I mean, far as the social commentary type songs, I mean, Kendrick set the tone for that. I think he did a great job. J. Cole, of course, with everything he did. And it's just like, is rap really starting to get gimmicky where you need some type of gimmick to come out, with a project, with, your art? I mean, I don't know. Like, when I first heard about Jeezy doing this, I thought it was like, it's a mixtape series or something he doing, but no, it's a full-fledged album. But I mean, Jeezy is one of the nicest from the A-Town. Him and T.I., definitely, if not the dopest. But at the same time, it's like, is this really something we want to hear end of the year? Will it go over into the next year? We just got to see what it's going to be about, but I definitely don't want to hear no recycled material that we heard from Jeezy before. You know what I mean? Because it's like shedding light on the streets. You're the spokesman for the streets. I understand that, but it's like we've been there, done that. It's like the thing with artists, what made Jay-Z great, he always reinvented himself for what's going on now. Every year that he dropped the album, he stayed current, he stayed relevant. He didn't kind of repeat a cycle that he done before. And I feel like with the recession, that was something totally different from what Jeezy was doing. And I just feel like this album gonna have the same type of vibe, if not just a little more. And in a sense, it's like we already, heard that material before. I'm just being honest. That's not hate. It's just from the clips that I've been hearing and things that he's been saying. It's like the whole Instagram thing. I seen that. It's just like it's a great campaign. Promote him heavily. That's dope. But at the same time, is it really gonna be something that people will care about? Yes, he spits fire. Like he dropped dope records. But at the same time, I just feel like that mixtape should have definitely set the pace for the project, even though he dropped it around Memorial Day or some shit like that as Gangsta Party, and even that was mediocre. It was okay. T.I. project was dope, but at the same time, it doesn't have that vibe, that feel of like, oh shit, it's a T.I. project. You know what I mean? Like it's dope. It's timeless. So we just had to see what he gonna do, man. But I really don't know what to think. You see the cover, you see him coming out of what looked like a church. He suited up like a general, you know, on his pastor shit. It gave you that feel of, Malcolm X in a way. But I really don't know what to think. Out of the new tracks that he got out, what y'all fucking with? I mean, he just shot the video for Church in the Streets. Um, I think the other track he got out, Gold Bottles or some shit like that. I mean, I just don't know. I just seen this and I was like, well, fuck it, I want to talk about it. But at the same time, it's just like, do it really matter at this point in his career? I mean, how many years do Jeezy still got left that people will really give a fuck about? That's just my personal opinion. Because I think music is at a point now where you can do whatever you want and it should be able to, sell. Because if it's not about the money, it's not about the numbers, you should do what you want to do. Is this really what the streets want from Jeezy at this point? If the streets wanted T.I. to go back to T.I.P., and he doing that and it don't reciprocate well, then what does that say about him as an artist and the fans, period? It's like the fans want certain things from the artist, and then when the artists do it, they don't go out and support. And it's just like, what would be the point? I mean, some artists I feel should retire. They did what they did, and it is what it is. But I mean, even if you have the love for the game and love for the music, where you good, well off financially, you're just doing it for the love. Not every artist can say that and really mean that. Like Hove, I don't feel he gotta make music no more. Diddy, even though some say he's not an artist, I don't think he gotta do it. Wayne, I don't feel he has to do it. And shit, let's be frank. In 5 more years, Drake won't even have to do it. You know what I mean? It takes me back to a time when Joe Budden said on the song "Who Killed Hip Hop," I don't think rappers start to plan life after rap. Meaning, how many artists have came in the game and they just did rap and years go by and they're not here no more. I mean, you look at Ja Rule, you look at DMX, you look at so many other artists that we ain't seen in years that just came and they ain't around no more. They don't even hit the surface of any blogs, anything like that. So, I mean, it's good to have Jeezy out and Jeezy around, but I just feel like, what more can you do after this? But I'm just a man talking through a vlog. It means nothing at the end of the day, but I'm just giving my piece on what I just feel about music and artists as a whole. Of course, I support, but I just don't want to hear repetitiveness. I just don't like to hear music like that because it's like, we've heard this before, we've seen this before. You dig? So hopefully he can come with something new and something that we ain't heard before, because it's like, I don't want to feel like, okay, you're trying to capitalize off of stressful and heartbreaking situations that happen in order for us to understand that you're making music to make us feel better, when it's at the end of the day, it's a song. I mean, how can you put out a song or an album that what's going on, but we know what's going on, we know what we're going through, you know what I mean? Because most artists, they rich, they don't have to go through the politics and bullshit in these streets that we go through. But I mean, it's glad to see that artists are out here, letting it be known what's fucked up about what's going on in the communities. But at the same time, do they really give a fuck at the end of the day? Because I feel like all these people are so-called millionaires. A lot of these problems in the communities can be fixed easily if they invested back in the communities, how it used to be back in the day when you had certain political powers in the neighborhoods. They did and kept everything in neighborhoods, to keep it their neighborhood. So, I mean, it is what it is, but y'all let me know. One.